Die, 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 die. Die, 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 die. Die, 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 die. Die, 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 die. Die, 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 die. Die, 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 die. Die, 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 die.
Good Shabbos, everyone, and let us now rise for the blessing over these candles for this Shabbat.
Our God and God of our ancestors, may the rays of these Shabbat candles cast their glow upon the earth and bring the radiance of your light to all your creatures. Bless my daughter with your love and our homes with the spirit of Shabbat. Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav Vetzivanu lehadlik ner Vetzivanu lehadlik ner Vetzivanu lehadlik ner Shel Shabbat. Amen.
And you may be seated. Peace to you, ministering angels, messengers of the Most High. Shalom Aleichem, Malchei Hasharet, the middle of page 5.
Shalom Aleichem, Malchei Hasharet, Malchei Elyon. Ki melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leshalom, Malchei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, mi melechem malachei amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, mi melech malachei amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seitchem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Page 11, Lechune Radana, Ladonai.
Lechune Radana, Lechune Radana, Lechune Radana, Ladonai. Lechune Radana, Lechune Radana, Lechune Radana, Ladonai. Naria, Naria, letzurishenu, nekadma fanav vetoda. Naria, Naria, letzurishenu, bizmirot Naria lo. Lechune Radana, Lechune Radana, Lechune Radana, Ladonai. Lechune Radana, Lechune Radana, Lechune Radana, Ladonai.
Turn now to the middle of page 14. Yismechu Hashemayim, V'tagel Haaretz.
Yismechu Hashemayim, Yismechu Hashemayim, Yismechu Hashemayim. ותגל הארץ. ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ. ירם הים, ירם הים, ירם הים, ומלואו, ירם הים, ירם הים, ירם הים, ומלואו. ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ. ירם הים, ירם הים, ירם הים, ומלואו. ירם הים, ירם הים, ירם הים, ומלואו.
We turn now to page 23 as we recite the words, "Come, my beloved, to welcome the bride. Let us now greet Shabbat as she arrives. Lecha dodi likrat kala."
Lecha dodi likrat kala, peni Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, peni Shabbat nekabela. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה. מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. We rise, face the door. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
And you may be seated. And now let us continue in our prayer books as we turn to page 27 and we give thanks to the Lord. Tov la'adot la'Adonai.
טוב, טוב, טוב להודות, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר, ולזמר, ולזמר לשמך עליון. טוב, טוב, טוב להודות, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר, ולזמר, ולזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור. טוב, טוב, טוב להודות, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר, ולזמר, ולזמר לשמך עליון. ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. טוב, טוב להודות, טוב להודות לאדוני.
Into our congregation now, we welcome those who are in mourning, and to those who are in mourning, we offer the words of comfort from our tradition. Hamakom yenachem etchem b'toch shar av leitzun v'Yushalayim. May God's presence bring you comfort amongst the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. To those who are mourning and those observing a yard site, we now recite the mourner's Kaddish on page 30. Yit gadal v'yit gadash shemei rabbah, mi'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'gala uv'izman kariv v'yamru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach li'alam li'almei al-maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudsha barechu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata na'amiron b'yalma v'yamru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yamru amen. Osei shalom b'mramav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yamru amen. We now ask everyone to rise for Baruch, page 39.
Baruch et Adonai HaMeorach. Baruch Adonai HaMeorach le'olam va'ed.
You may be seated. We continue with Ahavat Olam, page 40.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל, בית ישראל עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת, על כן אדוני אלוהינו, בשוכבנו קומנו, נשיח בחוקיך, אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגי יומם ולילה, ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha. Ve'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibartam ba'am v'shivtecha b'beitecha u'vletecha v'derech u'v'shokmecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha
והיו לטוטפות בעיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
We continue silently in Hebrew or English to the bottom of page 42.
Adonai Elohechem Emet.
Our ancestors sang this song of thanks after they crossed the Red Sea and gave thanks for their freedom. Mi Chamocha, page 44. Help us, Adonai, to lie down in peace and awaken us tomorrow to life renewed. Hashkivenu, page 45.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Vehamirenu malkeinu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Vehamirenu malkeinu lechayim. Ushmor tzeitenu uvoenu lechayim ushalom me'ata ve'ad olam ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom vehamirenu malkeinu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom vehamirenu malkeinu lechayim.
now we continue in our prayer books, the top of page 46, V'shamru v'nei Yisrael.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, Masot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, Masot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Israel, oti leolam, oti leolam. V'shamru b'nei Israel et ha-Shabbat, Masot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Yamim asa Adonai, asa Adonai, et ha-shamayim v'et ha'aretz. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Yikadol ve'yikadash shemei Rabba, Amen. Be'yam adin racherute, be'yam lif malchute. B'chayechon u'b'yom echon, u'b'chayet kol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'b'zman kariv, ve'imeru amen. Ba'agala u'b'zman kariv, ve'imeru amen. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach, le'olam u'l'olmei almaya. Yibarach, Yibarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitroman ve'yitnaseh ve'yitadar ve'yitoleh ve'yithalal shemei dekudesha brehu le'elam michol birchata ve'shirata tushbechata ve'nehemata da amirom be'ama ve'imeru amen ve'imeru amen ve'imeru amen ve'imeru amen amen.
And now our opportunity to pray silently, the silent Amidah, page 47 through page 52.
We turn to page 51 and join together in Shalom Rav. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim le'olam. Ki atahu melech adon l'chol hashalom. Ki atahu Shalom, Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim le'olam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. ברוך אתה Adonai Amavarech et Amo Yisrael Bashalom.
So one of my favorite parts of our service is our opportunity to sway and do Oseh Shalom, but to keep our social distance from each other as much as we can over the next few weeks, and hopefully not longer, we're going to omit that prayer and the swaying this evening and go right to a prayer of healing for all those who are affected at this time by whatever it may be, whether it's the virus or it's another illness or another sickness. We recite a prayer of Misha Barak, a prayer of healing for all those in our community who are ill, found in the inside back cover of our Sidurim.
Sheberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing for us and all of those we love. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
May God, all those who are ill at this time, may they all have a refuah shlema, a complete healing of the mind, body, soul, and spirit. And let us say, Amen. And you may be seated now as we continue with the Kaddish Shalem, found on page 54.
Yid Gadal V'Kadash Shemei Rabbah Be'almad Yivrachi Rutei Ve'amlich Malhutei Ve'hayechonu V'yomechonu V'chayedecho Be'Yisrael Ba'galau V'zman Kariv Ve'imeru Amen Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Le'olam Wol Me'ol Maya Yitbarach Yitbarach V'Yishtabach V'Yitpa'ar V'Yitramah V'Naseh V'Tadar V'Taleh V'Talal Shemei Dekudesha Brechu Le'ela Min Kol Berchata V'Shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imeru, amen. Titkabel tziloton uvauton decho Yisrael, kodama vuhun devishmaya, v'imeru, amen. Yehi shlema rab mishmaya, v'hayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imeru, amen. Oh, say shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imeru, amen.
Shabbat Shalom. The story of Esther that we're going to read Monday evening is told, I believe, in a particularly comical manner. I mean, the story opens up with King Ahasuerus throwing a party for his entire kingdom for 180 days. That's like half a year. And after he's done with that extravaganza, he says, let's have another party for another whole week, just for me and my pals in Shushan, in the capital city of his kingdom. And the book adds that the rule for drinking at this party was no rules. Now, I'm not going to review the rest of the silliness in this story this evening. You can read it for yourself Monday evening. It's actually a really short story. But while the story is told in a pretty comical fashion, I want to suggest that the plot line itself is actually a very serious one, and a story that may have an important message for us today as American Jews. You see, most of the Jews of the world at that time were citizens of the Persian Empire, and they were, according to the story, condemned to be slaughtered wholesale. We live only 8 decades removed from a time when this actually happened in Europe. What prevented the catastrophe in the story of Esther is Esther herself. Just when it seemed that the Jews of Persia were doomed to extinction, it just so happened that the queen, whom the king loved dearly, was Jewish. And she was brave, and she was wise, and she knew her husband well, and she knew how to tell him gently that Haman's plot meant the destruction of her people. It was her cousin Mordecai who inspired her to step forward and intervene for the sake of her people. And in one of the most important lines in the entire book, Mordecai tells her, Umi yodea im la'et kazot higat lemalchut. Who knows whether it was for this very reason that you have attained this royal position? And this message is the truly important message for us as American Jews today. In our post-Holocaust world, there are only about 15 million Jews on the planet, and really only 2 significant Jewish populations, about 6.5 million Jews in Israel and about 6 million Jews here in the United States. Like Persia in Esther's time, the United States is the world's superpower. Here in the US, we Jews have never been treated better than any diaspora community in our entire history. We are accepted here as full members of society. We have prospered as a group, though there are certainly many Jewish poor people here as well. And we've attained positions of importance: Congress, the Supreme Court, various administrative positions, leaders in business and finance. But our 2 communities here in the US and in Israel are both being threatened. Here, the major threats are actually assimilation, low birth rates, and our own weakening of support for Jewish institutions that we need in order to perpetuate strong Jewish communities. But that's the subject of a different sermon. And sadly, also recently, in the last couple of years, we've faced rising anti-Semitic acts, including murders and attacks on Jews in various communities, as well as hateful rhetoric. In Israel, our people are still threatened by those who want to annihilate the Jewish state. Oddly enough, the most serious threat today comes from the very same geographic location that the story of Esther takes place, Persia, now called Iran. And so we might reasonably ask ourselves, who knows whether it was for this very reason that we have attained our influential role in this great country, so that we might be able to help protect half of the Jewish population in the world that lives in Israel. I'm not going to tell you this evening that I agree with every policy of the Israeli government. I don't. And the Middle East has become a much more complicated area in the past several years. Some Arab countries are actually secretly working with Israel in areas of mutual interest. And the ice is breaking in some ways that may eventually lead to some productive relationships. But the current Iranian regime continues to promote chaos and violence against Israel, working through its proxy, Hezbollah, on Israel's northern border, and by funding Hamas in Gaza on Israel's western border. These threats are real, even if they are not reported often in the media, and who knows if or when this threat will break out into yet another war. This past week, I once again was able to participate in the AIPAC Policy Conference in Washington, D.C. Rabbi Strauss and I were part of a delegation of dozens of our congregants who made up a significant proportion of the Houston participants. And Rabbi Strauss will speak about his experience next week. AIPAC, as you know, is the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, the official lobby promoting a strong relationship between the United States and Israel. When you hear about the Israel lobby, the person speaking is almost certainly talking about AIPAC. AIPAC seeks to accomplish its mission in a variety of ways, but the most public and by far the most impressive demonstration of AIPAC's success is the annual policy conference, which is held in the nation's capital in its convention center every year. This year, there were more than 18,000 delegates who gathered for 3 days. Delegates heard from the Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, as well as from the leader of the major opposition party, Benny Gantz. Several leaders from both parties in Congress spoke at the plenary sessions, as well as senior leadership in the current administration, including Vice President Pence. Hundreds of rabbis and cantors from all denominations actually sat down and had lunch together. Now, that may not seem like a big deal here in Houston, where we all get along pretty well together most of the time, but elsewhere in the country, that alone would be the cause for celebration. AIPAC has made a point of developing relationships with high school and college student leaders from across the country. We even had a delegation from our Kehila High School there ourselves, for instance. And AIPAC educates those students about the issues of the Middle East. It encourages them to become active and gives them the tools to become effective leaders. AIPAC has also reached out to the African American and Latino communities to educate them about what Israel does in the world and how a relationship with Israel can strengthen and benefit their communities as well. I heard, for instance, from Congresswoman Brenda Lawrence, an African American from Southfield, Michigan, talk about how she helped organize the bipartisan Black-Jewish Congressional Caucus just a few months ago. She also talked about her visit to Israel, where she saw Jewish and Arab doctors treating both Jewish and Arab patients in a hospital side by side. And she talked about building relationships with her Jewish and Black constituents in her congressional district, engaging them in projects where they can work together. As you know, I am deeply committed to building bridges among different communities here in Houston, and so I loved hearing about her various engagements and activities in Southfield and in Congress. At one of the plenary sessions, we heard from an American military veteran who explained how difficult it is to come back from combat in a foreign country and reintegrate into American culture. She described military life as always living with the idea that you may die at any time. As a soldier, you have to come to terms with that. You also have specific missions to accomplish every single day, and you develop a very close, tight relationship with your fellow soldiers. Coming back to America, where practically none of us have had those experiences, creates an emotional barrier that's hard to overcome. But when she went to Israel and spoke with Israeli soldiers, it was a very different experience, because in Israel, almost everyone serves in the military. And Israel has developed support groups for soldiers to process their experiences. She has become a better advocate for our own military veterans as a result of her visit to Israel. Every year, the basement of the convention center is set up as a village of Israeli organizations showcasing the high-tech and medical innovations being developed in Israel, as well as social service organizations providing for various needs of Israeli society. Among the things I discovered in the village this year were a virtual reality tour of Jerusalem with special glasses that you wear, where you see not only 360 degrees around, but also up and down. You actually feel like you're right there in Jerusalem. Another item was a product called Incredo Sugar, which is a new kind of sugar that's natural, tastes great, but has fewer calories and is healthier for you. Looking forward to eating candy from that. Then there was the Akko Center for Arts and Technology, which brings together the Jewish and Arab youth and adults in Akko in a creative and innovative environment that also advances social cohesion among these two communities. And then there was something called Eco-Concrete, a new kind of environmentally friendly concrete that can be used in oceans and other places that will have less impact on the environment. Another organization called Leket Israel, which redistributes leftover food from restaurants and markets to those in need. And finally, Rescuers Without Borders, the amazing Israeli organization that goes all around the world to offer medical and emergency assistance wherever it's needed. And there were many, many other organizations and companies represented in the village. My point this evening is that the AIPAC Policy Conference is an amazing experience. It has become the annual event at which Jews of all denominations can come together, along with many other Americans, to celebrate Israel's achievements. We strive to put aside our partisan politics, at least for 3 days, our denominational squabbles, our personal issues with the Israeli government or some of its particular policies, and to see the bigger picture. We live in an amazing time for the Jewish people. For the first time in 2 millennia, we have a Jewish nation state in our historic homeland, and it has transitioned from an impoverished third world country to becoming an amazing powerhouse of scientific, technological, and economic innovation and development. It is in many ways fulfilling on a national scale the Jewish values of Tikkun Olam, making the world a better place. And we can and we should be proud of that. So despite whatever you might think or have heard about AIPAC being conservative or rubber stamping whatever Israeli policy happens to be, the truth is that AIPAC is a coalition of Democrats and Republicans, people who consider themselves liberal and people who consider themselves conservative, people who might have issues with some of the policies of the Israeli government, as I do, but that's the subject of another sermon, or those who are 100% happy with everything, absolutely everything Israel does. Actually, I don't know anybody, let alone any Jewish person, who is happy with everything Israel does. AIPAC has one single goal: to foster a strong and positive relationship between the United States and Israel, a relationship that will promote concrete measures that will ensure that Israel's security needs are met and which will in turn yield immeasurable security and economic benefits for the United States and even the world. AIPAC is well organized. It knows how to bring citizens in, to educate them, to boost them with enthusiasm, and to give them significant roles to play in presenting Israel's case to government officials. Each year, the AIPAC Policy Conference focuses on 2 or 3 specific, generally bipartisan issues on which delegates are educated. And at the end of the conference, delegates then go to Capitol Hill to lobby Congress on those specific issues. Thank God we live in a wonderful democracy that allows us to stand up for what we believe is in the best interests of our country and in the best interests of the Jewish state. We Jews do not control the world, as the anti-Semites would have you believe. But we do exercise our American right to petition our elected officials and to explain to them why it is in America's interest to support the Jewish state of Israel. Shabbat Shalom.
And in honor of AIPAC, this is a song that I wrote. It's called the Anthem for AIPAC, Bound by a Common Destiny. From ocean to ocean, across this mighty land, from waves of grain to mountains high, we all stand hand in hand. This is the home of freedom, alabaster cities gleam, a sanctuary for the tired and poor, fulfillment of a dream. America, America, land of hope and liberty. America and Israel, bound by a common destiny. United we stand in one shared cause to banish bigotry and hate. Allies in war, partners in peace, fighting for a world that's free. America, Israel, bound by a common destiny. America, Israel, bound by a common destiny.
Thank you, Rabbi Morgan, and thank you, Cantor Finkelstein. Let us now rise for the Elenu, page 56.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tigenu l'aliotzer v'reishit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, v'lo samanu kemishbechot adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamona, va'anachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, shehu noteh shamayim ve'yosed haaretz, Moshe v'karo b'shamayim imal, ushlinatu zo, v'go v'meromim, hu Eloheinu einod, emet malkeinu efes ulato, hakatu v'torato, b'yaldatayom behashavota elevaveha, ki Adonai hua Elohim, b'shamayim imal, ve'al haaretz mitachat einod, v'ne'eman v'haya Adonai lemelech hakol haaretz, bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad.
And you may be seated. But now we invite all those in mourning and all those observing the yurtzeit to remain standing for the words of the mourner's Kaddish. And this week at Beth Yeshurun, we offer condolences to the families of Fran Hofrichter, George Dempster, Robert Workin, Leonard Rosenberg, Loretta Roman, and Marvin Granite. Page 58. Yitzgadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divrach hiruteh v'yalmik machuteh, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayeh dekol beit Yisrael, ba'agalav v'zman kari v'yemru, amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach leolam omei amaya, yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitba'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh, V'et Adar, V'et Alev, V'et Alal, Shemei Dekudusha, Barechu, Le'elah min kol berchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata, Damiram v'yama v'yemru, Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba min Shemaya, V'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yemru, Amen. Osei Shalom b'mromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yemru, Amen. And you may be seated. This week at Beth Yeshurun, we're honored to have one couple that's with us who's celebrating their anniversary, celebrating their 43rd wedding anniversary, Sarah and Leslie Cohen. This year, you feel very thankful for many things. In particular, you had a lot of traveling this past month, and you attended the Great 8-Pack Policy Conference, and you're excited to be expecting your 5th grandchild this upcoming May. Leslie and Sarah, only good things in the future, only more blessings, more health, and more simchas such as this, surrounded by people who love you, and celebrated and surrounded by community. It's this night you celebrate your 43rd wedding anniversary. Mazel tov, and many more to come. Now, some of you may remember just a few weeks ago when we had 2 couples on the Bima that were celebrating their 70th wedding anniversary. And that was our friends, the Roses, and our friends, the Rycheks. So tonight, it's a pleasure again to bring forth Isidore with his beautiful wife, Annie. Isidore is this tonight celebrating his 100th birthday. So it is a real blessing to have you here, Isidore, and again, your family. I think the greatest blessing of all for you is to have so many generations of your family that are here. And I know you have a bar mitzvah coming up, Drew's bar mitzvah in just a few weeks, and you have a lot to celebrate. And what a blessing it is for your family to see you here, and what a model that the two of you, and especially the two of you now, and especially when it comes to Jewish events, you have a Jewish family, a family that's proud of their Judaism, and most importantly, they're good people. And Isidore, tonight you have a lot to celebrate, and tonight it is our honor and pleasure to celebrate your 100th birthday. As I offer you these words from our tradition, Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmarecha, Ye'er Adonai panav elecha v'yihuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God always bless you and keep you. May God always show you his favor and be gracious to you. May God only show you kindness and give you that blessing of shalom always. And let us say, Amen.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday to you.
Mazel tov again. And thank you, everyone. That was really nice. I want to share just a few announcements with you this evening. This past Sunday, of course, was the Houston Kosher Chili Cook-Off. And I'm very proud to tell you, if you didn't know, but the Beth Yeshurun / Beth Yeshurun Day School team won the Showmanship Award and the People's Choice Award, again, for the 2nd year in a row. That was wonderful. And I want to thank our captains, Bill Schwartz and Grant Marblestone, along with all those who participated on our team, all the volunteers. Thank you for representing our synagogue and day school so well. This upcoming Sunday, we have our annual Purim Carnival. It should be a beautiful day outside. This is a wonderful event. Really, I think the best Purim Carnival in town, and we'd love to see you there. It's really for people of all ages. Beginning at 10:30, from 10:30 to 11, we'll have a low sensory preview. And we can also have a dedicated room throughout the carnival for anyone who needs a less stimulating environment. And our game and ride signs will have special symbols to alert families about potential sensory issues on specific rides. And we hope this gets our community to continue to think about these issues, even if it doesn't apply to them. And the carnival then will go from 11 to 2. We'd love to see all of you there. We'll have a Crescent Circus show here in the Freeman Levitt. 2 shows full of magic, illusions, and stunts. at 11:30 and at 1. There'll be a blood drive for those in our community who can give blood in Zabowski A. And of course, the usual fun carnival games and rides and the kosher barbecue put together by Gary Swartz and his wonderful team of volunteers, plus, of course, Hamantaschen and Dippin' Dots, the par of ice cream that we can all enjoy. So it really should be a lot of fun. If you don't want to deal with the huge crowds at the rodeo and you want to save a little money, come to our Purim Carnival. It's just as fun. And I hope you'll see you on Sunday here at Beth Yeshurun. And of course, our Purim celebration continues Monday night with our Megillah reading. Monday night at 6:30, continues Tuesday morning. And Monday night, we'll have our special Star Wars Purim. I'm going to be dressed up as Mordecai Skywalker. So we have, I won't tell you what everyone else will be dressed up as, but you'll want to see it. It should be a lot of fun, and that's this Monday night. Of course, many of you saw the email we sent out earlier this week. Unfortunately, we have to take steps to protect all of us, that we can really make a difference in saving lives by taking these steps and protect all of us and those in our community from the coronavirus. And just a reminder that during this time, we're asking people not to kiss the Torah as it comes around tomorrow morning, on Shabbat morning. We're asking you also not to hug, kiss, or shake hands with other people, but instead wave or do the elbow bump. And for the time being, none of your clergy will be shaking hands either. And trust me, it's hard, because we all love seeing you on Shabbat. But as our letter to the congregation stated earlier this week, we're doing this out of safety and precaution, and God willing, we'll be able to go back to normal times soon. And I'll be speaking about this more tomorrow during my sermon, about more steps we can take and the importance, the Jewish importance of taking the steps we can. Now, it's been a serious time. I know there's a lot of stress when it comes to the coronavirus. So the cantor prepared something short just to bring a little humor as we ask you not to shake hands during this time.
I received this from Neil Diamond. Hands, wash them at least 20 seconds. Touching hands, a really bad idea. Reaching out, oh yes, avoid that too. Touching me, like Gewalt. Touching you, what a terrible idea. Try not to sneeze. Let's not spread this virus, please. When all's good and done, we'll resume the hugs and touching, kissing. Now you know, so let's make it so.
So you may remember that when someone puts their hand out. Neil Diamond and our cantor said no. And finally, a final announcement, most important one of all. I want to wish Mazel Tov to our B'nai Mitzvah, to Sienna and to Gabriel and to their families. We look forward to continuing our celebration. And we look forward tomorrow as you officially become B'nai Mitzvah. And I wanted just to let everyone know, we were really excited to have Gabriel's uncle, great uncle, who was going to join us. He's a cantor, Marty Lubitz, thank you, Marty Lubitz. He's a wonderful cantor. He was going to participate in our service tonight, but unfortunately, he wasn't able to make the trip. But we know he's maybe watching us on live stream, or we'll see the tape eventually. I know you're thinking of him. For Refuah Shlema, we wish him well. And again, we wish all your family well, that you have a continued wonderful evening tonight and tomorrow as we celebrate this terrific B'nai Mitzvah. And now, to bring our service to a close, I want to call upon all of our children, the greatest blessings of all. Come on up. All of our children of all ages, our Gabriel and Sienna's friends as well. You're also welcome to come to the Bima as we give you the blessings of our people, the parents' blessings, and you help us, lead us in Kiddush. And for our boys, for our sons and grandsons, we say, Yisimcha Elohim ke'Ephraim v'ke'Menashe. May God bless you like Ephraim and Menashe and all the good boys of our tradition. And for all of our girls, we say, Yisimek Elohim Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah. May God bless you like Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, and all the beautiful and wonderful girls of our tradition. And let us say amen. And now let us rise for the Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai,
Baruch Hu, Baruch Shemo.
Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pari hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai,
Baruch Hu, Baruch Shemo.
Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, v'ahava uvratzon, hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh b'reishit, ki hu yom techilah, lemikra'ei kodesh, zecher l'tziyat Mitzrayim. Kibanu b'charta, v'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava uvratzon, hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai,
Baruch Hu, Baruch Shemo.
Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Take a drink. L'chaim, everyone. And we ask everyone to please be seated and for our children to return to their seats. And I also want to let's just give a big thank you to our wonderful Shabbat Renewal Band. Always a pleasure. Such a beautiful job for us every Friday night. Good Shabbos, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom.